Superman, Volume 5, Number 18, tells the story of the time Superman decided to reveal his secret identity as Clark Kent to the world. The decision had come after much consideration, because he felt that continuing to live with the deception was no longer honest, either to himself or to the people he was trying to inspire. Here is that story. The day began like many others, but Clark Kent didn't wear his glasses. He wasn't hiding anymore. Inside the Daily Planet, reporters typed away, phones buzzed, and screens flickered with breaking news from around the globe. But Clark walked straight past the noise and into Perry White's office, heart heavy but mind clear. In his hands, he held the edge of his shirt. With a quiet pull, the red and yellow S symbol came into view beneath his jacket. He said nothing. Perry's eyes froze. His weathered face shifted through disbelief, realization, and pride in seconds. They embraced, not as editor and reporter, but as friends, as father and son in spirit. The moment was silent, but everything had changed. Gotham's sky was cold and gray, the buildings sharper than Metropolis. Jimmy Olsen stood beneath one of them, camera in hand, photographing the aftermath of a robbery gone wrong. It was what he did. Chasing stories, chasing light in the middle of chaos. Then the wind changed. Superman appeared near Jimmy, motioning he needed to talk. They rose into the air together and found a quieter perch high above the city. Clark took a breath and slicked his hair back with one hand. The glasses went on. Jimmy stood frozen, staring. Then he laughed. Not because he didn't believe it, but because it made so much sense. Lois, it turned out, had already told him. And Jimmy, ever the loyal friend, had kept that secret safe. Later that day, Superman arrived at Lois Lane's apartment. She met him at the door, calm and composed. The city lights shimmered behind her. She already knew. She had told Jimmy herself. She reminded Clark that she'd known Jimmy longer than she'd known him, and if Jimmy was going to learn the truth, it should come from someone who understood both of them. Superman listened, quiet. He was disappointed, but only for a moment. Then he realized Lois had trusted Jimmy with their secret. And in doing so, she had shown her faith in who he was, not just Superman's friend, but their friend. They stood close, understanding now that they had begun telling this story long ago, maybe as far back as their honeymoon. What started as a simple article was now becoming something much bigger. In Metropolis, a crowd gathered beneath the Daily Planet building. Cameras rolled. Reporters whispered. The world watched. Then, Superman appeared, not in flight, not saving anyone, just walking. Standing calmly at a podium, he held a folded article in his hand. His voice was steady. He spoke to the people of Earth as one of them, not above them, not apart. He told them about growing up as Clark Kent, about Jonathan and Martha, about Kansas, about finding love, building a career, and becoming more than what he seemed. He spoke of how he had split his life in two, not to deceive, but to protect. Yet in doing so, something had fractured. Secrets had built walls between the people he loved and the world he hoped to inspire. Now, he said, that time was over. As the broadcast continued, the world tuned in. Men and women stopped what they were doing and watched the speech. The reactions would be many, but for now, no one could say anything. The most powerful being in the world, the man that had saved so many, had been living as a simple reporter in Metropolis all these years. In the Justice League watchtower, Wonder Woman stood still beside Batman, who said nothing. The Flash leaned forward. Aquaman narrowed his eyes. All of them looked at the screen and hoped for the best. Superman continued. He wasn't abandoning his past or denying his heritage. He was both Kryptonian and human. Both Superman and Clark Kent. He admitted that keeping the secret had made sense at first, but now, with everything he had seen, everything he had lived, it felt dishonest. Not just to the world, but to himself. He had always wanted to inspire. Now, he wanted to do it fully, without filters or masks. No more split identities, just truth. He didn't know what would come next. Enemies might strike harder, trust might falter, but he was ready. And with that, he thanked the people of Earth for believing in him. Then, with the wind lifting his cape, he rose into the sky and disappeared into the clouds. Far from Metropolis, in the shadows of the Legion of Doom's lair, monitors crackled. Every screen replayed Superman's words on a loop. Lex Luthor stood in silence, his face pale. In another room, the others watched the speech. Cheetah sneered. Gorilla Grodd growled. Brainiac, calm but cutting, mocked Lex for not predicting this revelation. Lex sat down at the center of a table, fingers steepled. His mind raced, not with outrage, but with calculation. Superman had made himself vulnerable. Lex would find the angle. He always did. The sun set over Metropolis, golden light spreading across glass towers and streets below. In homes and cities across the planet, people asked questions, debated, remembered. But in the quiet heart of it all, Superman stood unmasked. Not just a symbol, not just a savior. A man who had chosen to be seen. And in doing so, he became something more. Not just a hero of action, but a champion of truth. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Tell us in the comments what other characters and events you'd like us to discuss next. We will continue this story in another video. Thank you